my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to yet another weekend reading vlog. This one's a special weekend reading vlog though, because it's my birthday on Sunday. It's my birthday weekend. I am here in my office with the little bean. She's flat out on the floor. Drama. I am here and I'm starting the vlog. It is a Friday evening. It is currently 5:50. So it's almost 6 o'clock. I have to make dinner soon. I'm not that hungry, so I might wait a little while. But what am I going to be reading this weekend? That's a great question. I ended up finishing just today Diane Setterfield's The 13th Tale. I've been saying her name wrong. It's Setterfield. There's an I in her name. I finished this today for my video, which is excellent. I can now move on to the next books for that. I'm going to be doing my reads of The Count of Monte Cristo. I'm already like 3 behind, but that's fine. And I'm thinking of starting this one this weekend, which is The Trials of Apollo, which is one of my TBR books, which could be super exciting. I could be starting this tonight to see how fast I can get through it. It's quite small for a Rick Riordan book, so intrigued, and I'm going in with not as high expectations. My bookmark just went flying as like if I was going into a straight Percy Jackson book, but I'm excited to just dive back into Rick Riordan's worlds because they're always so fun. What else could I read this weekend? I could also dive into the next book for that video, which I might do as well because that's going to be a thing. But most exciting of all is the book that I wanted to read this weekend, which I'm going to go downstairs and show you because, yeah. Hey? What are you doing, pretty girl? So good. So cute. So good. Yeah. So it's a fun time. I am turning 23 on Sunday, which is a scary number in my head. A lot of people's scary numbers are 25. Mine, for some reason, is 23. In my head, ever since I was a kid, 23 was the age that, like, meant you were officially an adult, which, like, is such a lie. But that's in my head, ingrained in my brain. Like, I'm gonna be 23. And I'm like, yeah, I have graduated university. Yeah, I have a job, sort of. COVID kind of messed that up. And like, but I'm living at home. My life hasn't really started in the way that I thought it was going to as I was a kid. Anyways, I don't know why I got off on that tangent, but yeah, 23, scary number. But really, it's just another number. Ooh, look at that sunshine. But yes, okay, as I'm here in this brilliant sunshine, this is the book I'm so excited to read, and I'm going to be reading this on my birthday, so this is going to be my read on Sunday, and I'm very excited about it. I'm so excited to just revel in this beauty, because she's so cute. Just love her. Anyways, hi. But yeah, House in the Cerulean Sea. So excited about it. So excited to get to it. So yeah, that's my weekend. Other than reading, really don't know what's going on. Project Dark is still in the works. I am on page 80 of 160 some pages. So just about halfway through Project Dream, rereading it and making notes on how I can make the story better, how I can make the writing better, the characters, all that. It's a good time. Did I tell you guys my plans for Project Dark yet? I don't think I have. My plans, really, for the month of September is to have this second draft done by the end of September, if I can. So hopefully in the next few days, I will have the read through done so that I can start drafting it. It's not going to be a lot of change. It's going to be mostly just adding and then for the first part and then changing for the second part because it's all that timeline stuff that's kind of gone awry. But anyways, I'm going to get back to what I was doing, which is just sitting here watching YouTube videos as is the usual. And maybe I'll do some work on Project Dream, but later I'm going to start reading The Trials of Apollo, I think. Either this one or that other book that I'm going to be reading for that video. But it's going to be a good weekend. I can just tell. Good morning, friends. Happy Saturday. I'm here in my room with a new cardigan on. It's very cozy and very soft. I love it. I actually got it from that like Shein company, along with this sweater, which is very comfy, and I like them both. A gamble, because I don't know, I know that store's a hit and miss, but anyways, hi, hello. I got very little reading done yesterday. I didn't read any of The Trials of Apollo, but I did read 2 sections of The Count of Monte Cristo, so I'm moving right along, my friends. I'm on page 384 now, so we're getting there. But yes, today I'm going to be reading this, and then tomorrow I'm going to start The House of the Cerulean Sea. I'm so excited about that one. Oh, it's gonna be so good. I'm so excited about this one. And they're both blue, which works, because, you know. But yeah, I'm going to spend tomorrow reading this one, which is going to be such a lovely birthday present to myself. Yay. Oh, I haven't actually looked at this naked yet. Let's look at it together. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful baby. I actually really like this cover though. It's one of my favorite covers of this year, I think. Oh, and they have like the funky text of it too. I love it. Anyways. Yes, okay. Right now, today, currently, my parents are home from camping, so we're gonna go into the city and pick up some stuff. But then when I get home, I'm gonna read, because that's what I want to do. But yeah, I'll catch up with you later. Hey friends, I'm here, back from our escapades into the city, and I bought some more books. I didn't buy some more books. My dad bought them for me because my birthday's tomorrow. I was like, oh, like these are the 3 that I want, because we went to Costco and they got a good inexpensive book section, like $6 for this middle grade. Incredible. So I was like, well, I'll pay you when we get home. And he's like, no, it's fine, it's your birthday tomorrow, pretend this is part of your birthday gift. And I was like, cool. So I got Sal and Gabby Break the Universe, which is one of the Rick Riordan presents that I've been looking for forever, and I finally found it. And then Rick Riordan presents Dragon Pearl, which is that like sci-fi Korean one, which sounds incredible. So that's awesome. And both of those were only $5.99 at Costco, which is insane, because you know, like these paperbacks in store are like $10 a piece plus tax. Yeah, $10.49 Canadian. And then, because I have no control, they had the paperbacks of Starless Sea there, and I have been contemplating picking this up because it is my favorite book, so I do want like all the copies. But like $22 for a book that I already have, a little hard to you know, stomach sometimes. So I put it off, but then I saw this one and it was $12. So I got it. And now I'm trying to take off the stickers so that there's no stickers on the front. Amazing. But yeah, I am in the middle of eating fries from Costco because they're like my favorite fries. And I just made myself an iced coffee. And now that I'm home, I have to put Mom and Dad's wings in the oven. I am going to read, and I have my book right here. Read. Hey friends, it is now a little bit later. I have done very little reading. I ended up actually just kind of sitting in my office and working on Project Dream whilst watching Gilmore Girls, because that's just how I roll. And then I ended up reading about 30% of Ella Minnow P, which is my friend's book club pick for August, which I haven't read, but we're meeting, I believe, on the 13th, so it's not a big deal. I have a long time to finish it, and it's a very short read. Like, my iPad says I have like an hour left in it if I wanted to read it all tonight, which I don't. I want to read this bad boy, as much of it as I can, because I also want to read The House of the Cerulean Sea tomorrow, which is going to be so much fun. And I also really want to watch Gilmore Girls. I want to watch more of it. So, because, you know, I started watching Gilmore Girls a few years ago, and I only got like a season and a half into it, then I stopped watching it for no other reason other than like university got in the way. And because they're long episodes, right? So it's very hard to binge that show because it's just long episodes. I'm trying to get through it now. And like I remember starting to rewatch it, I believe last fall as well, and I only got like halfway through the first season again. So I'm determined to get past the part where I stopped and like actually keep going with it because I really like the show. Don't know what's wrong with me having not watched it before, but yeah. So I think my plan is to read like 100 pages of this and then watch Gilmore Girls because it's 7, so it shouldn't take me very long to get 100 pages into this, roughly, and then watch more Gilmore Girls. But yeah, I'll update you later. It's my birthday! Hey! Happy Sunday, guys. I'm here in my room with this one. I am just watching Kate Kavanaugh's video, but I wanted to update you on my reading that I did last night because I did a fair amount of it, surprisingly. Before I watched Gilmore Girls, which I did, I ended up reading like 150 pages of The Trials of Apollo, which was great, and then I came downstairs afterwards at like 11:30, 11:40, and then I read to page 219, chapter 23, and this book is so fast to read, and I love that about it. It's one of my favorite things about Rick Riordan's books is how fast you can get through these books, and I don't know, there's just something about this one, and it feels like such a first book in a series. Like you can tell that this is just kind of laying groundwork for the rest of the series, but it's still really fun, and we're dealing with Apollo, who has been punished because of something that happens at the end of the Lost Hero, or the Heroes of Olympus series. So if you haven't read that, don't read these, because this spoils a lot. And he, at the beginning of this, is cast out of Olympus, turned into a 16-year-old boy, mortal boy, not even a demigod, a mortal boy, and thrown into Manhattan, basically. And he goes and he meets this 12-year-old girl named Meg, who is a demigod, and he brings her to see Percy because he's like, the only demigod I know who's like super amazing and like will help me with this is Percy Jackson. Let's go find him. They find him, and then Percy's like, guys, I just want to get through 1 year of school without something happening to me, so I'm just going to drive you to Camp Half-Blood, and I'm wiping my hands of this. So he gets like part of the way there, and they have this like whole interaction or whatever, and then so it's Apollo and Meg, and they're at Camp Half-Blood, and there are disappearances happening. So that's our mystery for this book, and I'm really enjoying it, so that's amazing. But today I feel like I could probably finish this because there's like less than 200 pages left, less than 150 pages left, I think, because there's 350 some pages in the whole book. But I think after that I'm gonna read this one. So I'm gonna bring these both upstairs and we're gonna go read. friends. It is now Monday and it is a long weekend here in Canada. It is Labor Day weekend. So I think, I guess it doesn't really matter for me either because I don't work. But I am going back to the studio to teach my kids tomorrow. We start up again tomorrow, so that's going to be interesting. But I am here with my cup of very, very warm English breakfast tea because I really just wanted one. I already have had a coffee today, so we're just going for double the dose of caffeine. Why? Couldn't tell you. It is, I want to say around 4 in the afternoon, and I haven't updated you yet today. Yesterday was my birthday, as I said, and I ended up going out for dinner because my parents insisted. They said that it's my birthday, we should go out and celebrate, so we went out and social distance and whatever. We just went to like Boston Pizza and it was delicious. We had a great time. And then we came home and then they watched their show in the basement and then I watched Gilmore Girls upstairs. And my mom and my dad got me a weighted blanket for my birthday, so I was underneath that and I ended up reading up until page about 80 of The House of Cerulean Sea under that blanket, and it was just a great time. But it like weighed me down so much that I like didn't want to read anymore. I wanted to just mindlessly watch some TV. So I ended up watching Gilmore Girls. I turned on Gilmore Girls and I am now finally at the parts where I haven't seen yet. I have reached past that boundary. I don't even remember what episode I was on when I stopped originally, but I'm now past that and I'm still really, really loving it. It is just such a fall show and I love it so much. But yeah, yesterday I ended up finishing the Trials of Apollo, which is very good. This is the first book, The Hidden Oracle, and I actually went and ordered the second and the third in the hardcover editions off of Abe Books today. So they say they're going to be delivered October 1st to the 15th. I'm really hoping they come sooner because I would like to read them. But I tried to find the hardcovers like here in my bookstores and they don't have them, which is so weird. Like they just don't carry them anymore. They just have the paperback version, which is so annoying. And I didn't want to order off of Amazon because they would be $20 a piece. So I was like, why not? I should have just ordered that off of Amazon, you know, because the amount of money that I spent on them, shipping them from the US, it's gonna be about the same as buying them brand new from Amazon. But we're not gonna talk about that. It's fine. We're supporting small businesses instead. But yeah, I really enjoyed the Trials of Apollo. I found myself laughing a lot. For the first like half of the book, I didn't really love Apollo's voice because, you know, he's kind of the worst and he's got such a cocky ego, right? Because he's a god, right? He has the biggest ego ever. And so that was fun, but I ended up giving this 4 stars and I really enjoyed it, and I cannot wait to keep going with this one because I have a feeling that this is going to be a little bit different than the other Rick Riordan books. But I was reading this and I guess this was a fair bit like what am I trying to say? I guess this is set a little bit later than the Heroes of Olympus books, because at the end of the Heroes of Olympus books, this is going to be spoilery if you don't want to know, Nico and Will are not together yet. They've like literally kind of just officially started talking and like actually becoming friends. But like on page 91, it's so cute because Will, who is Apollo's son, which is so bizarre because like Apollo in this goes to Camp Half-Blood and meets his like 3 of his kids. Even though he's 16 years old, he meets his 3 kids who are like older than him and his age. It's very weird. It's a very bizarre moment. And then he meets Will, who is Apollo's son, and Will's like, he puts his hand on Nico's shoulder. Nico, we need to have another talk about your people skills. Hey, I'm just stating the obvious. If this is Apollo and he dies, we're all in trouble. Will turned to me. I apologize for my boyfriend. Nico rolled his eyes. Could you not? Would you prefer special guy? Will asked, or significant other? Significant annoyance in your case, Nico grumbled. Like, I read that and I instantly dog-eared the page on the bottom and I was like, this is so good. I love this so much. And I'm really happy that we get to see the other campers in action. But yeah, so that is exciting. Today, my plan is to read a little bit more of Count of Monte Cristo and The House in the Cerulean Sea. It's really just a super lazy day, so what else am I gonna do? I've been watching a lot of BookTube because I haven't really watched it this weekend, but that's exciting to just be having a good day. But yeah, it's a lovely day. What else can I update you on? Oh, I ended up getting a package from my mom and dad's friend in BC who always sends me packages for my birthday and Christmas, which makes me just so overjoyed, and they're so lovely, so that's amazing. But she, Rosie, her name is Rosie, she sent me 2 books for my birthday. She sent me Water for Elephants, I believe that's the title, and then she sent me a Kate Morton book that I actually own, so I'm gonna have to return that and do like an exchange for another book, but I just love it so much, and I'm excited to read Water for Elephants because it just seems like an interesting book, and I'm into that like atmospheric kind of historical fiction-y read right now. Coming off of my read of The 13th Tale by Dan Satterfield, I just want to read all those kind of books. And hold on, let me get it. Yeah, it's Water for Elephants by Sarah Gruen, and on the front it says, "So compelling, so detailed and vivid that I couldn't bear to be torn away from it for a single minute," by the Chicago Tribune. And on the back it says, "A sawdust and tinsel novel reminiscent of Robertson Davies," which is kind of cool, so I'm intrigued. And I know this was made into a movie with Robert Pattinson, so I'm intrigued. But yeah, that's it. That's all I've been up to for the past little while. I ended up sleeping in until 11 today because of my weighted blanket. I woke up at 9 and then I made the mistake of rolling over, and then I woke up at 11 because that weighted blanket just sucks you in. Oh, it's so lovely, but I have to really watch that. But yeah, so this is also the last day of the vlog because it goes up tomorrow, so I will update you probably once more before the day is out. Hey friends, so it is a little bit later now. It is now almost 6 o'clock at night, and I'm going to end this vlog here because that just makes sense to me, so that I can edit it and have it up for tomorrow so you guys can watch it. I have been sitting here watching more BookTube, and I have managed to get to page 397 of The Count of Monte Cristo. Still making my way through it. I have a long way to go. And then I'm excited to keep going with The House in the Cerulean Sea later. So once I have this edited, I'm gonna go eat supper and then finish my section of Count of Monte Cristo. I don't have much more, and then I'm going to read that. But yes, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed my little birthday weekend reading vlog, and I hope to catch you in another video soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.